crying misogyny, while her literal name on Instagram is misandrous. It's not okay for me to be misogynistic, but it's okay for you to be misandrous. That shit was just funny though, so I screenshotted it and I put it on my story. And so this joker, this guy that I knew him since like elementary school, and so he swiped up on that, and I'm gonna show y'all what he said. Swiped up on this message, right? Talking about, bro, you good? Incel. Being a misandrist is valid. Incel. Called mad, red pill, and incel vibe. Incel. While being a misogynist is actually socially violent. There goes that word again. Incel. 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 So he swiped up on this message, right? Talking about, bro, you good? And he's like, oh, why'd I show her profile pic? When really I didn't. I crossed it out. You can't really see what it is for real. And he goes, her DMs are probably blowing up because it's easy to find her and send hate for being a misandrist. Like, first of all, nigga, do you think I'm famous? Nobody is typing in her page to go and send her weird shit, okay? What the fuck? And regardless, he's trying to say, give her hate for being misandrist. Anybody who sees her page and it says misandrist, if they gonna send her hate, that's what they gonna do because it says misandrist. Just like if I made my name page misogynist, and then people harass me for that. That's my fault, because I'm the one who put the name on there. You know what I'm saying? So this was the worst thing he said, right? He said, send hate for being misandrist, which, by the way, is not the same as being a misogynist. In the current social climate, both groups of people exist in different societal contexts. So being a misandrist is valid, while being a misogynist is actually socially violent. That probably doesn't make any sense. Hold on. We got to freeze right there. Because we're going to break this down piece by piece. I want y'all to understand that. We're going to break this down piece by piece, okay? See, I might make this a part 2, actually, of this video. Because it just might make it too long, okay? But you see, this main paragraph, you see how he uses all these words to try to... Because people use words like these to sound like an intellectual, to appeal to your ethos, right? To try to make them sound like a reliable storyteller, a reliable source of information. They use these words because a lot of people just not even going to really sit and critically think about what they're saying and be like, okay, well, he must know what he's talking about because he sounds like he's smart. So that's what he's doing right now. He's talking about in this current social climate, different societal contexts, socially violent. Like, these are a lot of buzzwords, a lot of terms, a lot of keywords that certain people use. And it's like, bro, what are you even talking about? Societal context. Socially violent. What are you talking about? This next message shows you that he's aware that shit don't make no fucking sense. Because he says, that probably doesn't make any sense, but I just gotta let you know that making these posts that kind of tease women for their choices in men and how these hoes ain't worth it gives off mad, red pill, MGTOW, or whatever the acronym is, and incel vibes. Incel! Incel! There goes that word again, right? Incel! I mean, I get the frustration, but it don't look good. So the MGTOW, I didn't know what that was. My friend told me, actually, because I was showing him, like, what the fuck is he talking about? That means men going their own way, and I didn't really do no research about it, but I guess that means what it says. Men going their own way, just not dealing with women or whatever, just chilling and living their life. I don't know about that, because I like women. You want me to not deal with women? This is what it comes with. You got to deal with it. So, first of all, this whole conversation, nothing about this conversation was teasing women anyway. You know what I mean? Of the poll discussion, it was about what people think about their purpose versus a relationship. Now, this guy didn't even answer any of them because, of course, he don't know. Because I know this guy, and you know, let's just say he's not the most socially aware. I feel like he lacks some social cues, and he was never really good with garnering the attention of a female. Now, I'm not trying to make it seem like, oh, I'm some big, pickup artist and whatever. No, especially not in high school. Especially not early high school or early public school at all. Like, nigga, I was lame, nigga. Look at this picture of me. Like, come on, bro. This nigga's not getting no bitches. I didn't start really getting girls for real until, like, senior year. Yeah, senior year. And even then, I think about senior year and I cringe. Oh, cringe. High school, I was cringe, okay? But I still understood social cues and certain things. We can talk more about this shit another time. But this person, no, this person, it seems like he never grew out of that phase where, you know, you understand how people work and how to maneuver in social spaces with other people, you know? Let's say you're kind of weird, you're kind of an introvert, whatever. Certain things in your personality, you gotta like hold it in just a little bit so you don't weird people out. And I don't mean that to sound like shallow or anything like that, but you know, if you're in different groups, you code switch, you talk different a little bit. You know, you use a certain little bit different language. You know, depending on what group you're with, you're not going to make certain references because you know they're not going to get it or not. So yeah, you got to understand, this is the type of person that I'm dealing with right now. This person who don't get bitches and do not have social cues or social awareness for real. And he's saying a lot of these things. So this is what I said to him. I pretty much said there's a lot. I said there's a lot wrong with what he said, but the only thing I'm really gonna focus on is that like you trying to make excuses for women being misandrous. You're trying to make excuses for women hating men, being prejudiced against men. There's no excuse for that. Just like there's no excuse to be a misogynist. There's no excuse to hate women. There's no excuse to hate men. Just because what members of a certain group of people did or have done or are doing, that don't put it on everybody. That's the same justification that white people use for black people. Oh, look at those thugs. Look what they do in Chicago. I don't need them in my neighborhood. You know what I mean? They're taking what some people do and putting it on everybody. That don't make sense. It's called discrimination. And what some of these social liberal people do, they've kind of like warped their brains into not seeing the hypocrisy in certain things. Like this guy, you don't see the hypocrisy in that. And you're a minority too. So, but you know, you'd be surprised. Common sense ain't that common. So I told him nothing in the post that I made were misogynistic. And I guess the thing he was talking about were teasing women for the choices of men. I think he was talking about one of the memes, right? The one with Tinkerbell and the Roach. That's funny, nigga. That's funny. Laugh. But look, he's saying I can't tease women. We can't tease women for the choices of men. Nigga, anybody can get teased for anything. If you made a bad choice in partners, that's on you, nigga. What? You don't get a pass just because you're whatever you are. You're a man or a woman. If you pick a deadbeat ass nigga that everybody knows is a deadbeat ass nigga, and you know he a deadbeat ass nigga, and let's say he used you, abused you, dropped a kid in you, and abandons you, nigga, that's your fault because you could have been left. You're making bad choices. If you make choices, right, you can't be surprised if people judge you for them. Simple as that. Man, woman, black, white, Asian, Hispanic. If you make bad choices, and even if you make good choices, people will judge you. That's just life. You don't get a pass. So what are you talking about? You know what I mean? Alright, so my camera actually died when I was recording that. So I'm just picking back up where I left off. I said that, yo, if you were getting incel vibes and whatever the MGTOW meant, if you're getting those vibes from what I posted on my story, which was really just memes and people's responses to the question, then you would have a heart attack if you seen what actual incels think. You know what I mean? Like the real sick, deranged dudes that be thinking crazy shit are real actual misogynists for real. Like, you know, that you know the type of niggas I'm talking about. The basement dwellers. The niggas that be in their mom's basement that still live with their parents and they don't do nothing with their lives. All they do is seep negativity and lack social engagement. You know what I'm saying? Those type people. Nothing in my story was even close to that. So, hell nah. He's soft. So this was his response to the first thing I said about making excuses. He goes on to say, I ain't making excuses. In a patriarchal and oppressive world that actively disadvantages people based on arbitrary identifying features such as race, gender, sexuality, class, and able-bodiedness, it makes sense to hate the ruling class. In this context, we're talking about the unfair dynamics between men and women. There are very unfair dynamics between men and women because life is unfair. Life is unfair for everybody. There's certain things it's unfair if you're a man. There's certain things it's unfair if you're a woman. It's what it is. Just as it is valid for a poor person to hate the exploitative rich, it is also valid for a woman to hate the men who benefit from a misogynist and patriarchal society. The thing with that logic is that you could argue that any man benefits from the patriarchal and misogynistic society. You know what I mean? And if that's the logic you're going to use, then you can pretty much just use that as a straw man to just hate all men, which doesn't make no sense. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're walking around, right? If you're walking around thinking everybody is an enemy, everybody's out to get you, you're not you're not going to live a prosperous life. Because you're going to be anxious, you're going to be scared. When really just your neighbor, it's a regular person that's walking by you or saying hi or giving you a compliment or whatever. You're just going to automatically assume that they're an enemy because they're a man. It's okay for you to just automatically hate them because they're a man and you don't know them. Y'all get what I'm saying? The logic behind what some of these people think is baffling. It don't make sense. It don't make sense. So I said nothing in my post misogynistic, and he says, as a man, it's easy to think that the posts we make about women aren't misogynistic, but on a subtle level, you are attempting to control or at least critique their sexual choices. And there you go. This is the thing with these people, right? Let them talk long enough, and they will expose what they really think, and you don't even have to do nothing. This man just said, critiquing women's choices in men is misogynistic and an attempt to control them. The easiest way to dismantle certain an argument like this, just flip the roles and ask the question. Okay, let's flip it. If a woman is critiquing a man's choice in women, does that mean the woman is misandrous which means she hates men? If a man picks a bad woman and another woman critiques that, is she trying to control him? It don't make sense. Do it. No, that don't make sense. It don't make sense. You see, I thumbs it down because that's stupid. It's a stupid argument. And he goes, yeah, actions are shit, but also small, subtle things to recognize too, la 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 la. And I said, nobody's going to page. He said, I mean, you don't know that. You still shouldn't have put her in a position where anyone could possibly contact her. See, that's the thing. Because when he's saying, because I posted what she said, I put her in a position where anybody can contact her. I didn't put anybody in a position to contact nobody. Having a social media account puts you in a position to be contacted by anybody at any time. That's what it is. Whether somebody posts you or not, which I blocked out her picture and her name, aside from the misandrous part. You know what I'm saying? If someone saw that and decided to say something, that's because of her, because of the name. The name is provocative. That's like if I'm walking outside naked, right? I'm naked, booty butt naked, walking outside, and somebody sees me, and they're like, yo, what's wrong with you? Oh, hey, don't point me out to these people. You're putting me in a position to get confronted. No, you put yourself in a position because you went outside naked. You dig what I'm saying? That makes sense, right? I know it makes sense. I'm just asking because I'm conversating with the camera. Okay, then. So that's pretty much what I'm saying. I explained again how, the hypocrisy in what she said. I also go on to say that, everybody's accountable for their actions, no matter what you identify as or whatever you are. I also say that holding people accountable does not exclude the fact that there are external forces against certain individuals based on their race, gender, sex, race, gender, religion, all that stuff is what I said. And I told him, wake up. So I was really getting upset with this because I'm like, bro, why are you talking like this? What's wrong with you, bro? Like, what you're saying don't even make sense. And if you were living in reality, you would understand this shit don't make sense. If you went outside to interact with people and experience real life for real, go outside and touch some grass, you would understand what you're saying is stupid. Now, I could have been meaner, but I didn't want to be mean because I know this person. And it's like, bro, come on, bro. I just wrapped it up pretty much. I was like, yo, this path that you're on does not lead to happiness. Trust me. I told him, be easy. Be easy. And he kept going, though, and I didn't respond because it was stupid. He says, so pretty much the response to what I said about her having Instagram putting her name as misandrous, that put you out in public, he says that, I don't see how that's relevant to an issue of basic privacy. Stupid. I already tried explaining how it isn't ironic that misandrous and misogyny aren't the same thing because of societal context. Stupid. Not sure why valid reasons for feeling the way one does is seen as excuses. Sounds like gaslighting and toxic positivity. Sometimes the world needs a negative mindset so that we can see problems that are actually there and end up making positive changes. The world isn't just butterflies and flower beds after. See, when I read that the first time, I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? And I'm reading it again for like the second time, and I'm still like, what the fuck are you talking about? Sometimes the world needs a negative mindset so that we can see problems that are actually there. Bro, he's saying these things, but he's the one who's not even seeing a problem with what he's saying. It's stupid. I don't see how accountability is relevant to our discussion. Of course you don't. Men need to see how they themselves are accountable for the problems women experience. And sometimes the only way a man will listen is if someone is a misandrous. It's unreasonable to expect the person to be nice and agreeable with their oppressor. Anyway, so now you're saying, let's say if has a problem with a man, or at least something that men do, right? So he's saying that it's okay to come at someone a man, right, who doesn't necessarily, who isn't necessarily adding to the problem that you experience. It's okay to come at him crazy because of what somebody else has done, just because they're both men. Let's put it in the context of race. Let's say I'm a white guy. Right? And I was robbed by a black person, African American, right? And so because this black person had done me wrong, I take it out on another black person and say, this is how you people act. This is what you people do. You people need to solve these issues so I'm not assaulted by you people. You say that's racist, right? Because why are you taking what one person did and putting on the whole group of people? For what? It's racist, right? Discrimination, right? So why isn't it the same thing in the regard of what this guy, this beta male, rabid blue pill beta male, I don't even like using them terms for real, but sometimes you have to, because this shit is insane. It's crazy. He's OD, overdoing it, you're doing too much. You know what I'm saying? But you see how their arguments are easily dismantled and fall apart when you look at it. If you're a regular person with a brain that works and doesn't have any chemical imbalances, which is honestly apparently is very far and few today. You know, if you look at their arguments, they fall apart very easily. Crazy. And the final thing he says is, also, ironically, I used to be in a similar mindset as you, but that made me unhappy. So I changed to be who I am now. I'm relatively more happy than I was before, but to each their own, I guess. I read that shit. I was like, ain't no way in hell you had the same mindset as me, nigga. Hell nah, because this whole time, it's like this guy's been misinterpreting what it is my mindset even is. You know, I wouldn't consider myself red pill, I don't think. But I'm a realist, I'm realistic. And I understand that there are certain natures and roles between the genders, right? Men and women, male and female. That's nature, that's what it is. And I'm aware that there are certain things that women do, certain ways that women think that differ from the way men think. And that's okay. Men understand that, right? The majority of men understand that. But there is a new sect of women who don't understand that. So this is kind of related, but a little bit different. They take certain things that they think, right? The way that they think, and they try to put it on men. But it doesn't work like that because men do not think the same way as you. So that's where the conflict comes from. Their failing of understanding how men think. And it's not their fault all the way, you know? Because a lot of single parent households, a lot of fathers not in the home, especially when it comes to black people, you know? Our people, my people. And there's a lot of bitch ass niggas today, you know? So that too, a lot of men that don't act like men. You know, it's something that's been increasing as of late. It's been going on for a while now, you know. None of this stuff is overnight. It's been going on for years, for decades. Probably before I was even on this earth. You know what I'm saying? So what do I know? I'm just talking out of what my experience, what I've seen, and what I've observed. And yeah, so it's a dangerous road that we're going down. It leads to nothing but you know, despair. But yeah, bro, that was my little tangent. I'm gonna have a video talking about that shit. But this guy, bro, this guy is a goner. You know what he did too? In his bio, he changed his bio after this, I'm pretty sure. He changed his bio to your local misandrist. Shit weird, bro. Like why are you simping so hard? Like, you hating men is not gonna get you sex with women, okay? You're not gonna bond with a girl on a romantic level over your shared disdain for the patriarchy and men. If you're watching this video, I'm telling you, bro, because I know you, okay? I know you, and I know how you act. There's no point doing a character analysis because y'all don't know this person, and I'm not going to just talk about that person for like that. But, you know, you understand, thinking this type of way because you think that this is how you're supposed to think, or this is how you're supposed to act to appeal to women, it don't work. Trust me, it do not work at all. Because at the end of the day, women who are attracted to men, they want traditional men, right? They themselves are not traditional women, but they want traditional men. They want men that's going to act like men. So a man that gets the job done, a man that can provide to some extent. Even though we all understand that it's hard out here. Now, especially nowadays, things get more expensive, cost of living going up. But they want a manly man, right? So a man that just agreeing with everything a girl say, no. They not gonna fuck with that for real. Nah. They not. Trust me, they not. They gonna think you a bitch. They be like, ugh, okay. You're not getting past the friend zone. They probably gonna think you're gay too, to be honest. They're not gonna see you as a man, bro. That's the thing with men and women. There's always gonna be some type of clash and conflict because we are different. We think different. That's okay. Okay? That's okay, bro. This shit is sick, bro. Don't be like this guy. Don't be like this guy. Please. So yeah, in all, this guy actually responded to another poll I did, which I'll make a separate video about. It's crazy. I almost blocked him. I'm surprised he didn't block me. He just unfollowed me. But in conclusion, don't be a fucking beta male, simp, man-hating man, weirdo, okay? Especially when the stuff you say don't make sense, and you're just saying it because you want to get women, and it's not going to work. I'm telling you now, it's not going to work. But yeah, y'all be easy. I'll see you again in the next video. Thank y'all again for sticking with me. I'm trying to get more consistent. I'm probably gonna stay up and record some more videos. Supposed to go to the gym too, so I'll probably just stay up. All right, y'all boys. Peace out.